Jai Gurudev, downtown teaches that tradition must adapt to survive. How does spiritual wisdom help balance tradition with change? Jai Gurudev, yes, His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji says tradition is the riverbed, innovation is the flowing water. In downtown Abbey, when Mary and Tom bring modern ideas to save the estate, they mirror this balance to Sudarshan Kriya and Art of Living programs. Individuals become more intuitive, able to respect traditions while welcoming change. These techniques calm the mind, allowing clarity over rigidity. A flexible mind don't abandon values; it reshapes them wisely. That's evolution, not rebellion. Rituals like Sandhya Vandanam and Agni Karyam remind us of eternal values, but they don't oppose progress. Instead, they center you in dharma, helping you adapt externally while staying anchored internally. Grief is portrayed as a lifelong companion in the series. How can spiritual practices support grief? When Mary loses Matthew, she grieves deeply. Through Gurudev's teachings, we learn that grief is not suppressed, it is transcended. Sudarshan Kriya, Padma Sadhana, and Sahat Samadhi meditation help release emotional trauma from the nervous system. Breath connects us to the prana, the life force that goes beyond physical presence. Grief softens into gratitude and love when the nervous system is cleansed. Practices like Gayatri Japa and Trikal Sandhya invoke divine light and remembrance. These rituals bring peace and connect the soul to something eternal, easing grief by showing that life continues beyond form. Forgiveness is a recurring theme as seen in how Anna supports Bates. How can one cultivate forgiveness spiritually? Forgiveness is not just emotional, it's physiological. When we do Sudarshan Kriya, we dissolve impressions that trap us in anger or victimhood. Anna's loyalty to Bates despite injustice reflects inner strength and equanimity. Gurudev teaches that forgiveness is for your own freedom. With the regular practice of meditation and breathing techniques, one naturally lets go, not as a decision but as a release. In Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2, one develops Shama or forgiveness as a divine quality. Through daily Sandhya Vandanam and Agni Karam, the ego slowly melts and the heart opens. Forgiveness becomes second nature, not a struggle. The dowager countless evolves past her prejudices. How can spiritual tools help someone unlearn lifelong biases? Prejudice stems from a limited mindset. Gurudev says, when the mind is narrow, we see differences. When it expands, we celebrate diversity. Practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Shakti Kriya, and Sahat Samadhi meditation expand the mind beyond old conditioning. As the dowager builds bonds with people from different backgrounds, it reflects what happens when ego drops and empathy arises. These practices unlock compassion. Upanayana mantricals and they expose one to mantras that dissolve mental rigidity. Bias melts in the fire of awareness. Rituals aren't just customs, they are technologies of transformation that shift perception. Matthew Crawley shows that true nobility lies in integrity, not title. How is this echoed in Vedic and yogic wisdom? Gurudev reminds us that a noble heart is more important than a noble lineage. Matthew's humility and kindness with respect and not his position. Sudarshan Kriya and meditation cultivate integrity by removing fear and fostering authenticity. When the mind is free, one lives in alignment with dharma. Nobility then becomes a quality of being, not of birth. In Vedic thought, a Brahmana is defined not by birth but by guna, their character. Upanayam symbolizes awakening to higher knowledge, Sanyam sadhana of level 1 and level 2, and Gayatri Japa refine the intellect and inner purity. That is the true aristocracy of the soul. Edith's transformation from insecurity to self worth is powerful. How can spiritual tools help someone develop inner confidence? Edith's journey from feeling less than Mary to becoming a strong publisher and mother shows the transformation that's possible when one stops seeking validation. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji emphasizes that true confidence comes from knowing who you are, not from comparisons. Through regular practice of Sudarshan Kriya and Padma Sadhana, individuals release self doubt stored in the body mind complex. This creates a natural sense of self assurance rooted in presence and clarity. Gayatri Japa sharpens the intellect and invokes the divine light within. Upanayana marks this inward journey towards self respect. Confidence grows when you touch your eternal, unchanging core. The show highlights how small choices shape identity. What does spiritual wisdom say about karma and conscious living? Downtown Abbey illustrates how a word, a decision, even a delayed letter changes lives. Gurudev often says karma is not punishment, it is learning. Sudarshan Kriya sharpens awareness, so our responses become conscious, not reactive. That is how you shift karma, by being awake. Art of Living programs train you to act from clarity and intuition. So you build a future with awareness, not regret. Agni Karam and Sandhya Vandanam are daily karmic purifiers. They remind us that our smallest act can be sacred. Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2 teaches mastery over impulses. Conscious living honors karma yet transcends its bondage. Downtown Abbey explores service through the loyal staff. How is the idea of seva or selfless service spiritually empowering? The staff, Carson, Anna, Mrs. Hughes, serve with grace and pride. Gurudev says seva is not what you do, it is who you are. When service is done from love, not compulsion, it becomes liberation. Sudarshan Priya and Seva together open the heart and dissolve ego. They transform even mundane actions into sacred offerings. The joy seen in the staff's care for the Crawley reflects the purity of service. In Vedic Dharma, Seva is the path to moksha. Agni Karam, even sweeping the ashram floor, becomes worship. Humility grows, Seva refines the heart, allowing one to see God in all. Class barriers slowly soften in the series. How do spiritual practices transcend societal divisions? His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji says, the soul has no caste, gender, or class. When we meditate, the boundaries blur and we experience oneness. In Downtown Abbey, friendships like Tom and Sybil or Daisy and Mollesley reflect this deeper connection beyond roles. Practices like Sudarshan Kriya, Sahat Samadhi meditation, and Satsangs cultivate this sense of unity in diversity. The more still you are inside, the more you see everyone as part of you. Trikal Sandhya aligns us with cosmic time, dissolving the ego and societal identifications. Gayatri Mantra is for all. The Vedas uplift every being, not just a few. True Dharma is inclusion. The Crawley's family's resilience after tragedy is admirable. How does spiritual strength help one bounce back in adversity? Life at downtown is full of ups and downs, war, death, scandal. Yet the family adapts and moves forwards. Gurudev teaches that resilience is not suppressing pain but rising through it. Sudarshan Kriya and Shakti Kriya re-energize the body and calm the mind, making one unshakable. Insight, resilience is born from inner silence. Meditation builds a cushion for life's storms. Sadhana, Agni Karam, and Sandhya Vandanam offer structure and spiritual grounding. These ancient disciplines reconnect us with dharma and divine strength. Like the Crawleys, a practitioner stands tall not because life is easy, but because the spirit is rooted. Lady Sybil's decision to marry Tom Branson defied aristocratic expectations. How can spiritual wisdom support such courageous authenticity? Lady Sybil's choice embodies bold authenticity rooted in love and vision. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji often says, don't be afraid to be different when it is for the right cause. When you meditate and practice Sudarshan Kriya, inner strength arises naturally. You start aligning with your higher truth, not society's boxes. Authenticity flows when the mind is free from fear and attachment. In Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2, the seeker discards identity mask and rediscovers the eternal self. Vedic rituals like Upanayanam guide one towards Swadharma, your own path. True courage is choosing truth over tradition when needed. Violet Crawley's wit and wisdom influence many decisions. What is the spiritual approach to aging and remaining mentally sharp? The Dowager Countless is living proof that aging needn't mean diminishing. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji emphasizes that meditation and pranayama rejuvenate the nervous system and brain. Sat Samadhi meditation and Sudarshan Kriya keep you vigilant and humorous even into old age. Staying mentally sharp is not only about cognition, it is about being present, joyful, and light. Laughter and seva nourish the brain too. Gayatri Japa enhances memory and perception. Elders in Vedic tradition are revered because of their tapasya and wisdom. Regular Sandhya Vandanam and Trikal Sandhya align the aging individual with the cosmic rhythm, promoting clarity and insight. Mary's redemption after Matthew's death reflects emotional resilience. How do spiritual tools support healing from grief? Mary's journey from cold detachment to renewed hope shows how grief can be transformed. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji teaches that loss is part of life, but suffering is optional. Sudarshan Kriya helps release emotional impressions from the nervous system. Sahat Samadhi meditation brings silence and surrender. These allow the heart to heal without hardening. In pain, the soul grows. When we remain centered, Agni Karam and ancestral offerings like Tarpana honor the departed and release karmic ties. Sadhana helps the mourner accept impermanence. Grief transforms into grace when rituals, chants, and inner discipline hold a space. Mollis Lee's journey from embarrassment to teaching school is deeply inspiring. How does spiritual practice restore self respect and purpose? Modestly says fall and rise mirror what happens when you stop resisting life and embrace where you are. Gurudev reminds us when you stop judging yourself, your energy rises through daily meditation, pranayama, and sudarshan kriya. You drop shame and reconnect with your inner worth. Doesn't come from position, it comes from presence. The deeper your inner silence, the stronger your outer clarity and direction. In Vedic Dharma, each person has a sacred duty. Swadharma, Gayatri Japa clears confusion. Sanyam sadhana of level 1 and level 2 restores discipline. When Molesley embraced teaching, he found Dharma Vedic rituals clear inner tamas, awakening courage and clarity. Edith's publication Success Defies Gender Roles. How does spiritual wisdom empower women and uphold equality? And it shows us that stepping into power is possible even in rigid systems. His Holiness Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankarji always says a society thrives when its women are empowered. Art of Living programs offer women tools to be fearless, balanced, and spiritually strong. Sudarshan Kriya breaks internalized limitations. Sahat Samadhi meditation enhances intuition and creativity. When a woman is centered, her expression becomes both gentle and bold. Vedas honor Shakti, the divine feminine. Trikal Sandhya and Gayatri Japa are universal and elevate all. Sadhana empowers women to reclaim inner authority. Like Edith, spiritual discipline helps women lead with grace, wisdom, and resilience. Jai Gurudev.